Yo, 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 what is up, my people? This your boy Bernard Scott, the Killer Crane himself. Let me turn this car off. Yes, I am going live really quick. Let me bring my camera up here. Yeah, this is going to be a quick little video. I am discussing the movie Sinners. I just got through watching it and I wanted to give my opinion on it. A lot of y'all have been asking me, have I seen this movie yet? Have I given what's my opinion on it or whatever? So I just got out the movie, so here's my opinion on it. Um, and I wanted to say that before, the reason why I guess I wanted to watch it is because the movie is set in my hometown of Clarksdale, Mississippi. That's, to be honest, one of the main reasons why I wanted to see it as well. Michael B. Jordan is in it, and I had worked for him when I was on Creed 3. He was absolutely amazing. His work ethic is amazing. His energy is amazing. I loved working for him. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if he was the one who put me in this part in the movie in Creed 3, where if you watch the first 5 minutes of the movie, there's a scene where the young Creed is Adonis Creed. He's going into the club and he's going to go through the front door, but they tell him to go around back, and he opens the door and there's this gangster at the table. That's me, okay, with a black and mild cigarette trying to act hard. So that's my little part. And I'm not sure if it was him or the director or somebody else who put me, because I originally wasn't supposed to have that part. And they called me. I was like, Bernard Scott, we're looking for you. And I was like, oh crap. And then I got there. Michael B. Jordan was right there. And he was like, hey, I need you to sit here and I need you to act this way. And he was like, do that, put this cigarette in your mouth. And I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, that looks hard. So, I worked directly with Michael B. Jordan for that small scene, and it was an absolute honor. So I wanted to support him and Ryan Coogler. I was on the first Black Panther movie. I loved being in that movie as well. One of the greatest moments of my entire life. So both Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan were in Creed 3. And so I wanted to support them pretty much. So those are the two main reasons why I really wanted to watch this movie. Excuse me. Let's see what else. Um, when I first heard about this movie and saw the trailer, I thought this was, of course, going to be a horror movie. Um, Let me see. From what I saw, I kind of figured out that it was going to be it's going to have vampires in it because I saw the clip with the white girl and she had like weird eyes and she had blood around her mouth. Oh, I'm sorry. There may be some spoilers in this. Let me put that in the description too, in the banner. So let me clarify this. If you guys want to join in, please let me know. Hold on. Let me make this abundantly clear. Possible spoilers. Uh-uh. Nope. Okay, save that right there. All right. So you guys have been warned. There are possible spoilers in this. So let me see. Make sure to get here in case of comments. Okay. So I'm gonna just keep it in my hand. So I kind of figured out that there were going to be vampires in this movie. So I went in expecting to see vampires. Now, since it was in Clarksdale and it has to do with supernatural stuff, I kind of figured that it was going to have something to do with the Crossroads. If you guys don't know that rumor, there's a rumor that the blues singer Jack Johnson got his guitar lessons, or he got good with guitar lessons because he sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads between Highway 61 and Highway 49. The little junction right there. For those of you from Clarksdale, y'all know that's where Abe's Barbecue. I don't know, is Abe's Barbecue still there? I haven't been there in years. But that's what I was going in and expecting. Um, so as far as the movie itself, I will say this much. If you're one of those people who will say that, hey, I'm sick of movies nowadays being woke and you have to watch it about 5 or 6 or 7 different times before you get the meaning of it and stuff like that. It's fine either way. But if you're one of those type of people, you're not going to like this movie at all because it is heavy, heavy with symbolism and metaphors and all of these things. Some of them you can kind of figure it out, they kind of lay it on the table. Some of them I can tell that you're going to have to watch this 3, 4, 5 times before you get all the symbolism and the metaphor in this movie. I'm trying not to give spoilers, but I'm sure I will. Let's see what else. There is a post credit scene at the end, and it's a little long, but you guys need to watch it for various reasons. Um, I don't know. On a scale of 1 to 10, and guys, the link to join is in the description, so please join in. I'm looking at comments as well. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably give this movie. I don't know. Don't chop my head off or anything. Don't get mad at me. Probably 6.5. And it's only because I guess I wasn't in the mood for a movie where there's a lot of symbolism in it. I was looking for a fun type movie. And plus the fact I gotta say this too. I'm not very much a big person on horror films. I'm not a horror film fan at all, but this isn't exactly a horror movie. I wouldn't classify this as a horror movie. It starts off, it's like a period piece, and it kind of gave me that down home feeling, even though it was Clarksdale during the early 1900s and stuff like that. So excuse me. So I don't know. um I was more in the mood for I don't know, but I just wasn't in the mood for a movie where there's a lot of symbolism and metaphors. I'll probably get to it later, especially when it gets to streaming. Then I watch this movie 3, 4, 5 times and catch a lot of stuff. Um, I like the way that it talked about. Spoiler alert, it talks about music and it transcends through generations and stuff like that. Um, I mean, it's a good movie. You guys need to watch it. You guys need to watch it. What else? And to be honest, I'm kind of sick of movies where it's like, during the 19th and 20th century here in America, and black people, had to endure racism and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with these type movies. But I'm just saying, me personally, I'm kind of sick of it. Just who is it? D.L. Hughley was talking about all the slavery movies that are out, and he's sick of seeing them. And there's so many movies where, it's all about, black people in America and we endured racism and stuff. And I'm just, I'm just kind of sick of it, you know. But this was a good movie. The acting is top notch by all of the actors and actresses. Um, what else? What else? I think that's about it. I might stay on here for a little bit just in case somebody comes in and wants to give their opinion, and I'd speak on it for a little bit. This movie does take a minute to get warmed up, and I guess it's because it's trying to establish the characters, trying to get you to care about the characters, and you know, um, it really gets you into the characters themselves. So I don't know, but it does take a while. So if you're looking for something where the action starts off automatically, you're not going to get that. If you're looking for something where, you might have, a little jump scares and stuff when you first start off, you probably will be disappointed. I mean, it's a good movie. It may seem like I'm trying to be negative about it, but I'm not. I'm not. It is a good movie. You need to watch it. Um, um, just waiting for anybody who wants to join in. Let me see if we have any comments. Let me go to the comments section. Nope. Nope, nope, don't have any comments here. Um, yeah. So, have you guys seen the movie Sinners yet? I made a little joke on Facebook, and it was like, because I've been telling, like some of my friends, and they say that they go to the nightclubs, and the same night they bring a woman home to their apartment and they sleep with them. I never understood that, just me personally. And it's not the fact that I think that women are dangerous and they might kill you or something like that. It's just the fact that I don't know. You don't know these people, and somebody. Well, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say because it might give somebody who has criminal intention ideas. But there are some things that can happen. It might not be that young lady you invited over, and she might tell somebody else to come do something later. You just I don't know. I've never been somebody that wanted to just rig strangers to get into my business. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. A lot of people who I consider my friends, who I've met, in the Atlanta metro area, they don't even know where I stay. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I don't know. But anyway, your thoughts on the movie Sinners? Oh, and I will say this as well. Growing up in Clarksdale, Mississippi, I never encountered anything supernatural. So for those of you who might think about moving to Clarksdale or visiting Clarksdale, no, I have never seen anything weird like that. I've never heard of anybody going to the crossroads and selling their soul to the devil. Um, Never heard of any ghosts or spirits. As a matter of fact, my old high school, Clarksdale High, in front of the school, there's a graveyard. And I'm talking about not like in front of the school, it's right there on the property. So as soon as you walk out the front door, there's a graveyard right there to your left, you know. And it just depends on which building. I think it's the Bobo building and the Door building. They've tore down one of those. So I think it was the Bobo building that's still standing. Correct me if I'm wrong, Clarksdale people. But there's a graveyard right outside of the Bobo building, right to the left. I've never heard of anybody who said they saw spirits walking around. As a matter of fact, growing up in Clarksdale, the only rumor I heard that was weird was about the Greasy Man. And once a year, he gets butt naked and greases himself up and runs down the Helena Bridge, kind of like that little character in what's the show, Family Guy. That's the only weird rumor or urban legend I heard. Oh, and the Mackey Lake rumor. For those of you from Clarksdale, of the college, Cahokia Community College, and for the longest, I think it was on ESPN, they were talking about this long losing streak that this community college had, and they said it was because it was a curse put on because a bunch of football players took advantage of a young lady a long time ago, and I guess nowadays I have to say this word for some reason, unalived her and threw her in Mackey Lake, and because of which there was a curse put on the school, and that's why they kept losing. You know what I'm saying? People from Clarksdale, have y'all heard that rumor? Let me know in the comment section. I'm checking comments. Let me see if I can. Yes, let me check Facebook. Let me see. Back here. Okay. So it's kind of hard for me to check comments. That's why I kind of emphasize for you guys to click the link to join if you guys want to discuss this movie. So, I don't see any comments here. I guess every time there's a comment from YouTube, then it gets put on here. I don't think I can check the Facebook comments. So I'll have to keep minimizing the screen and going on Facebooks every time you guys have a comment. Thanks for that. All right. Well, that's pretty much my movie review for this movie. It was good. You need to get out and support our own kind. You need to support Ryan Coogler because he's doing an amazing job making these movies. And it's so refreshing to see movies that aren't based on a comic book or, a past. I don't know. Is it based off a book? I don't think it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just nice to have new, refreshing ideas for movies, in my opinion. And Ryan Coogler is doing a great job of that. Um, I don't know. I guess that's all the thoughts I have about this movie. I think I had some notes somewhere, but yeah, it was enjoyable. Was there any comedy? Not that I can think of. There were some parts that were kind of funny, but nothing to the point where you can really remember it. There was a part where they were discussing about money, and the woman was saying that, what was she saying? That she don't want to accept his money because it's blood money, and he was saying there's no such thing. Our money is blood money, which it is. No matter whose hand you got that money from, everything is blood money. It's money is one of the most disgusting things, and I don't mean physically. Let me see. I wrote some notes down. Um, it talks about Mount Bayou, Mississippi. Now, if you guys don't know, Mount Bayou, Mississippi is a town that was started by, people keep sending me text messages. Right when I get live, people want to send me text messages and stuff. But anyway, Mount Bayou, Mississippi, by the way, that's the town I was born in. And it was a town started by freed slaves. It started off all black. And to my knowledge, the last I checked, it's still all black. So it's like our own little Wakanda. Very small town. It's about, I want to say, 30 miles south of Clarksdale, down Highway 61. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But they mentioned Mount Bayou a few times. And I want to give a shout out to Ryan Coogler for doing that. Like I said, there's a lot of symbolism and metaphors in this movie. I would have to watch it three, four, five, six, 7 times before I could really get it. The only thing that I saw as far as symbolism, like I said, is it has to deal with music and it breaking generation. And I'm sure that the whole vampire thing has a lot of symbolism in it too, about giving your soul up and living forever. I just didn't catch it. And like I said, I just got out the movie theater no more than 20 minutes ago. I haven't had time to process it. But as of right now, those are my initial thoughts. Let me check comments on Facebook, see if anybody has given some new thoughts on Facebook about this. Yeah, I want to see Thunderbolts as well. To be honest, I've quit watching Marvel movies a while back. It's probably been about 2 or 3 years since I've even seen a Marvel movie. I'm just kind of getting marveled out, superheroed out. I don't know. It just, I don't know. I'm just kind of, I thought I'd never get to the point where I'd be sick of seeing superhero movies, but I kind of am. I mean, if they make a movie about a superhero like Lobo, I think the Lobo movie is coming out. So I'd watch something like that, but or a new Spawn movie. I don't know whatever happened to that one. But yeah, um, I'll probably watch Thunderbolts. I probably won't know what's going on because I haven't watched the other Marvel movies. That's another thing. It's kind of like one of those things where you have to watch every single Marvel movie that came before it, and I just don't have time for it. But anyway, back to Sinners. Back to Sinners. I'm trying to think of something else. Trying to think of something else. Um, I talked about the music aspect. I talked about the vampire aspect. Um, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm gonna have to watch this movie about 25, 30 times. All right. Well, doesn't look like anybody is joining. I appreciate those who are watching right now. I appreciate those who will be watching this in the future. But those are my thoughts about Sinners. Please put some comments in the section below. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it, whether you like it. And first, start off by telling me, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this movie? Like I said, I'm sorry, I give it about a 6.5. It's still good. 6.5 is good. It just wasn't. I wanted to have a little fun when I go to the movie theater, and a movie where you have to sit there and think about it, and this means this, and this is symbolic of that. I just wasn't in a very mentally energetic mood at this time. Now that might change tomorrow. I might watch this movie in a few weeks when it comes on streaming, and I might give it an 8 or a 9. You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, um, I guess I was going to the movies, and I rarely get out to the movies because I have to take care of my daughters, and I have so much stuff that I have to take care of. So, I don't know. I was in a mood where I just wanted to have a little fun, and I don't know. I'm rambling here, guys, and I'm doing that intentionally because I want you guys to join in if you can. No comments here. No comments here. Yeah, so that would be the first thing. Give me your opinion on a scale of 1 to 10. What did you think about this movie? What was your favorite part about this movie? What parts were symbolic that I missed? Um, oh, and for my Clarksdale people, did you guys recognize any part that was in that movie that reminded you of Clarksdale? I know it was set during the early 1900s. I already know that, but there was this. They mentioned the sunflower plantation. Um, I don't know. Just let me know. Heads up before I get off, I will be doing another podcast. We will be discussing Clarksdale. Um, they just had a runoff election or the Democratic election. Um, and there's a what is it like a what do you call that thing where you get everybody to vote on it, a petition? Because they're saying that that movie was set in Clarksdale, Mississippi, but Clarksdale, Mississippi, right now doesn't even have a movie theater to where they could release that. People in Clarksdale could watch it. I think the closest movie theater is in South Haven. Please correct me if I'm wrong. They used to have one in Cleveland, Mississippi. To my knowledge, there it's no longer there. So people have to either go to South Haven movie theater or they have to go to the one in Memphis. So I remember that movie theater too. First movie I ever watched there, and it was the one on Third Street. One of my friends, one of her relatives owned the movie theater. She said it was three of them. I don't remember three movie theaters. I remember only one, and it was right there on Third Street. And I remember the first movie that I watched was the 1989 Batman movie. That was the first movie I ever saw. So, yeah, I only remember one movie theater in Clarksdale, and there was a lot of stuff to do in Clarksdale around that time too. Um, but yeah, what do you guys think about Clarksdale? We're gonna do another podcast. It may be this weekend. I gotta see how my schedule goes. Oh, I'm back on set, so they want me back on set for a movie. I'm not sure if I can even tell the name of the movie, and it probably wouldn't do any good anyway because a lot of times these they give us the name of the movie and it's code word for something else. Because you have blabbermouths who will tell people the name of the movie and then they'll show up on set, or have their friends show up on set with cell phones or something, ignorant stuff. So they want me back on set. I'm not going to say when because this is the internet, but I'm gonna see how much time I have or what the schedule is. All I know is I got booked. They haven't told me the schedule of when they want me. I know right around when, but anyway, uh, definitely recommend seeing Sinners. So let me check one more time on Facebook. One more time. If we got some new comments. Okay. Well, I appreciate once again. I appreciate those who have been watching. Let me get my shout outs. I always got to do that. All right. First shout out is, of course, I got a shout out to my book, Planet Football and the Heretic Kitten. It is available on Amazon, KDP. So check it out. Just type in Planet Football and the Heretic Kitten. Where's the banner for that? Come on. There it is. Planet Football and the Heretic Kitten. It is available on Amazon right now. Okay. I have to remove these one at a time. Um, my girl Monique Silver, Untold Lives of a Silent Heart, also available on Amazon. My boy Jeremy, When Happiness Spreads, check out his book. It is available on Amazon. My book, Blackjack and the Beanstalk, it is still available on Amazon. Since I'm doing a quick video, I'm not going to get into descriptions of it and everything. Let's get to my banners. Blah 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 blah. Um, let's see. Some suggested topics other than the Clarksdale one for my next podcast. I want to discuss, fun little topics like alternative for fast food. A lot of people will say that the reason why they've been gaining weight and stay heavy is because they have a congested schedule, and the only thing they can eat is fast food because they don't even have time to cook or make sandwiches. So you give your opinion on that, your first experience on the internet. I want to talk about Dr. CB again because people have hit some other stuff up concerning him. We can talk about flat earthers. We can do a lot of stuff. What else we got in here? Check out my boy Everest Production, the Juice Weezer. They got a lot of fan fiction, creative stuff. Check them out when you can. My girl Lovatia, the Lovatia Experience, Sex Positive Podcasting is what she does. Please Google her. And my boy Barrington Marson. He has a movie called Abiding on Tubi. And you could check out, I think he has another Abiding movie that's coming out pretty soon. Also, check out my boy Lamar Hicks, Creative Team Entertainment. Check him out at www.hicks2021.com. And of course, check me out. If you guys have any ideas for anything, if you want me to give my opinion on something, um, I have fan fiction ideas for stuff. I have fan fiction videos, some short films that I've done. Check out my YouTube page. It is Killer Crane Productions. That's KILLAKRANE Productions. If you need to email me, you can email me at killercraneproductions@gmail.com. That is KILLAKRANE Productions@gmail.com. My Instagram page is Vinaris Killer Crane Productions. My first name Vinaris and Killer Crane Productions KILLAKRANE Productions. You can get at me on TikTok. Yes, I have been pretty frequent with making TikTok videos. I try to make at least one a week. Okay. And these are creative videos. I try to just, if it's just pictures and posts and stuff like that, I do that on Facebook, on Instagram. But on YouTube, I get a little creative. That's my creative page. So my TikTok is Vinaris, being Vinaris. It's my first name, Vinaris, BENG, Yes, hit me up, hit me up. Um, Again, thank you for those who have been watching. Please comment. Even after I stop going live. Yes, please do so. If you have anything else that you want me to talk about, let me know. All right, guys, take it easy.